What's going on, guys? It's SPT Killerwood coming back at you again today with another video. Today we're going to be looking at my Arrow video collection, which will consist of box sets, slipcover editions, and single editions. I've been collecting Arrow now for, I don't know, maybe a little about a year and a half or so, maybe a little bit longer. Just trying to piece my collection back together from when I sold my other stuff a while back, but it's nonetheless. Anyway, so we'll get at it here. Hope everybody's doing good today. We'll start up here on top with my box sets, if I can get it out here. We have the American Werewolf in London, the 4K box set. I kind of wish Arrow would do something a little bit different with their box sets, especially with the 4Ks. They just basically repurpose the same packaging and just give you a 4K instead of, a Blu-ray. They use the same boxes. You get a book, you get a poster, I think some postcards inside. But I mean, they could at least do something a little bit different to change it up. For as much as you're spending on these, it's basically the same. I mean, this looks identical to the Blu-ray, so and that's how all the 4Ks are. They almost look identical. So, but this is the 4K. It's a great, great werewolf movie. Yeah. Next up, we have some Argento, the bird with the crystal plumage, his very first movie. This is also the 4K. Most of these don't really have anything on the back. They're all just, standard, tells you what it is. Because I try to keep the J cards on them, because these J cards are just a pain to try to deal with. Some people just throw them out. But to me, the package is more complete with it, so I keep it on it. If I can get this back in there. Excuse me, guys. Next up, we have the Cat O' Nine Tails. Not too bad. Another Dario Argento. I ain't going to worry about looking at the back. Like I said, it's all the same as the other ones. Trying to put these in without tearing my J cards up. Sliding them back in. Next up, we have Deep Red. 4K. Like I said, all these have been done with Blu-rays. Now they're doing 4Ks. So Deep Red is really good. I like it. Next up, we have Beyond the Door. This is Blu-ray. I'll let you know if it's 4K. I mean, if it's not 4K, I just won't worry about it. But normally, these are just the Blu-rays. It's the same style. You get the movie, the book, poster, all the good stuff. I love these kind of editions, though. I love these big box, big box collector editions. Next up is a really good one. Is Brides of Reanimator. This one, it's not in the like most of those other ones are like in a hard box, but this one, it's not really as hard. It's kind of a little bit more flimsier, more like a cardboard kind of style. So, excuse me, these were a little bit easier to get damaged. But I got mine off eBay. Got it for a good price, and because these are these aren't cheap. Especially when they go out of print, the price goes way up on them. But yeah, I just like that. I mean, I know that my phone is not doing it justice how nice it really looks with the glare and how really black and like the dark, like the greens just, maybe if I can zoom in here, you can maybe see a little bit better. Like the green just really stands out really nice on these, on that one. Tell you what, let me pull this other one out. Because like I said, I'm not trying to tear my J cards up, trying to slide these in and out. Next up, we have this new set here that just came out not too long ago. The Gothic, Fantastico 4 Italian Tales of Terror. I bought this off of, blind buy. Don't know anything about none of these. Never seen any of them. But you get The Third Eye, The Witch, The Blancheville Monster, and Lady Morgan's Vengeance. And I've watched two of them so far. These two right here. Lady Morgan and the Blancheville, and they're pretty good. I mean, for what they are, considering they're old school, back in like 60s, black and white. Pretty good though. All right, next set we have is the Giallo Essentials. It's volume 1. They don't label it as volume 1. It's just kind of labeled as a red box. Um, but this one right here, it comes with Possessed, the Fifth Chord, and the Pajama Girl case, which all three of these have already been released already, single editions through Arrow. They just kind of repurposed them and put them in this box set, which, I mean, you get the movies. I mean, you can see here, you get the movies with them. They're all in each case and all that. In the normal case, they'd come in. But yeah, I mean, I just like to have them, you know, like that in the big case, the big box set. So that would be like volume 1 or the red. I do have the volume 2 or the yellow edition, which is, you know, the next one that came out. What Have They Done to Your Daughters, Torso, and Strip Nude for Your Killers. I've seen Torso when I had it before. That one is really good. And I've heard these other two are pretty good. So this would probably be maybe one of the better. If you're going to buy one, this would probably be maybe the best set to own, because it's got 3 good movies in it instead of just 1 good and 2 decent, or, you know, 1 good and 2 bad or whatever. The newest one that came out was the Black Set, or Volume 3. This one actually had, I believe, 3 movies that hasn't been out. So you got Smile Before Death, The Weapon, The Hour, The Motive, and The Killer Reserved 9 Seats. I have not watched these yet. And they have a new set coming out later, in a couple months or something. It's like the white set, which would be Volume 4. I think those has a couple more of them that's been repurposed already. Next up is one of my prize collections. Is my big. I'll take this down so you can see it here without the glare. I still got glare on it, but this is the big, what they call the Hellraiser Scarlet box set. You get Hellraiser 1, 2, and 3. I mean, it's a big set. I've had this set before. It's really expensive. I mean, this thing can go for upwards up to like $300. Not so much now, but if you can get it now for like $150 to $200, you're doing pretty good. Got to just make sure that you know, you get the Region A, unless you have a you know, Region Free player, because there is a Region B of this set. And if it doesn't have the J card still on it, let's say if it's opened, and if it doesn't have the J card, you're not going to know whether if it's the Region A or B. Whereas if this one, if it was the B, it would have, like, you know, the little logo right here, the rating logo. But if they don't have that and you're buying it, then you would have to know or ask them which one it is. But I mean, it's a monster set, guys. I mean, you can see, you know, I mean, it's a big set. I mean, it's pretty big and pretty heavy too. I'm kind of, you know, I want to open it to rewatch them again, but I know when I bought this, you know, several months back, I was kind of kicking myself in the foot, because I was like, you know, as soon as I buy this, I think they're going to probably release it on 4K or something, or either at least the first one, maybe the second one. But, you know, I went ahead and got it because this is the best 3 Hellraisers out of the whole franchise. So, I mean, if you're going to get it, at least have this one, because this is a really good set to have. Next, we have The Hills Have Eyes. Just another, you know, nice box set with the movie, the book, poster, postcards. You know, there's how the back, like, they're all the same. It just tells about the features and all the bonus stuff that these movies come with. That is one good thing about these. You know, they do have a bunch of bonus features, you know, if you're into all that. Sometimes I watch them. Most of the time I don't. I mean, I don't really care sometimes about seeing all that. I just want to watch the movie most of the time. I don't, you know, if these features had like 2-hour plus interviews or whatever, I don't have time to watch 2 hours worth of interviews when I don't hardly have time to watch the movies myself anyway. So next up is the Meal of the Stone Women. This one was really good. I believe they said this is the first colored Italian horror film that's come out, or that came out in color. Pretty old. I think it was like back in, well, maybe the late 50s or the early 60s. It's a good one. I liked it. Let's see. Next up, we have The Reanimator. box set. This is a really highly sought after set. A lot of people, a lot of people love this set. It's very, nice box. It's got it's got the disc and all that with it, all the goodies that come with it. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't put the 4K of this out here soon. If they do, I'll probably buy it, and it'll probably be the exact same box, except with a 4K disc, which is kind of stupid. Next up is my Shawscope Shaw Brothers Volume 1 set. Massive, massive set here. I left the plastic on it just to kind of keep the box in good shape, but I opened this end of it so that way I could slide this out. Comes with a really big book, and then it's like a book with all the movies in it. You get 12 movies. Like King Boxer, The Boxer from Shang Tsung, five Shaolin Masters, Shaolin Temple, Mighty Peking Man, Challenge of the Masters, Executioners from Shanghai or Shaolin, Chinatown Kid, The Five Venoms, Crippled Avengers, Heroes of the East, and Dirty Ho. And then disc 9 and 10, I believe, is soundtracks. So yeah, soundtracks of some of those. This is an amazing set, guys. They just now released volume 2 of this, and it's the same size. It's like all orange, but it looks exactly the same, and it actually comes with like 14 movies. So just waiting for it to go down just a little bit in price, then I'll get that as well. But that is the Shawscope Shaw Brothers Volume 1, and hopefully they'll do some more, besides, they're saying maybe at least 3 or 4 volumes, so I could see definitely I got space here, for the rest of them to go. All right, next up for my slipcover editions, we have the 8 diagram pole fighter from Shaw Brothers. I believe that's Shaw. When it starts getting to all these kung fu movies, man, there's so many of them and whatnot that I can't keep up with them. But I do have a good little bit of them. But I believe this one is from the Shaw Brothers, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to sit here and read all of it, but it's a really good one. You got your Gordon Liu, or Leo, or Lou, however you want to pronounce it. He's in a lot of movies. Just the art, man. The art's what sells it. You know what I'm saying? When you see stuff like that, you're like, how could you not want to watch that? And yeah, I haven't opened it yet, but I did see like a little bit of it on YouTube, just like a trailer, and then like one of the fight scenes looked pretty epic, looked really cool. Next up we have Alice, Sweet Alice. I finally was able to get this with with the slip for a good deal. I think I paid like maybe $25 for it. It does go, a lot higher sometimes. But yeah, I wanted to get it with the slip. You can get it without the slip for like $15. 20 at the most, but usually around like 15 if you could, lowball somebody. It's a good movie though, Alice, Sweet Alice. I like that cover. That's nice. A lot of these slipcover Arrow editions, especially some of the older ones, they're just, kind of higher up there in price now. Like this one right here, Basket Case. Just an insane movie. But, I was lucky to get the slip with it through a guy on Facebook. A lot of times I try to buy stuff off Facebook, off the marketplace, or in the buy and sell groups that I'm in, for the horror stuff. You can definitely a lot of times get a better deal there than, going through eBay, because, they know what that stuff goes for on eBay. So, they're not going to sell it for that there, because otherwise you can just go to eBay and buy it. Next up we have Frank Henenlotter's film Brain Damage. It's a Headache from Hell. This one's really good. I liked it. The cover, I know I wish my camera or my phone would pick up the colors better, but the slip cover looks really nice. The colors of it. It's definitely a good movie. If you haven't seen this one, even if you don't want to get the slip or whatever, just just buy the movie Brain Damage. It's really good. Kind of give you an idea here what it looks like. It's really crazy. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Now I ain't going to get it back down there. Hang on. Well, I'll put that one back in a minute. I don't want to tear it up trying to get the slip back on it. Next up, we have Contamination. This one, to try to find it with the slip is pretty hard. It's an older release. And, you're gonna pay a good little bit if you try to get this one. Don't buy it for like $70 that people are trying to ask though. I mean, if you can find it for like 30, 40, get it at that price. The best thing to do, guys, is like when you see these things on eBay, even if they have it for like buy it now and there's not like a best offer, my advice to you is to, if you see something you want, throw it on your watch list, and then, wait to see if the seller's going to send you an offer. Give them a couple days. If they don't send you an offer, then you message them and be nice, obviously. Don't just say, hey, what's the lowest you'll take? Be nice, say, hey, how's it going? I was interested in the movie. Try to be nice and cordial to them and be respectful and say, hey, would you take this for it? Or would you take that for it? What's the worst they're going to say? No. So, I'm not trying to give you eBay 101 tips here, but a lot of times, I just see people just jumping on eBay and just buying something and, reach out to the seller, you know what I'm saying? And see if you can work a deal out with them and, get it cheaper than what they're asking. But that was Contamination. Next up, we have Come Drink With Me. I believe this is another Shaw Brothers. Like I said, guys, that art, man, it just draws you in. It makes you want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Who don't like that? Who don't like the old school martial arts? Early 70s, early 80s martial art flicks. Next up, we have Deadly Games. This is not almost like, it's a newer release. It's not too old, but I haven't seen it yet. But reviews didn't really give it a too good a review. It was okay. I haven't watched it yet though, but that's kind of cool right there though. So I like to see. I like to watch it. All right, next up we have Death Screams. He wants your body in pieces. This is pretty cool because like if it wasn't sealed, you could pull this up and like the slip cover comes off and like this is part of the actual cover and like the mouth part is like all open where it comes up when it slides up. This is like this. They have like two slips for this one. This is like the normal slip. And then they had like the all white slip, which was like the Arrow exclusive slip. I just got this one. They're both about the same price, to be honest. The movie's okay. It's not the greatest. Kind of boring at some parts of it. Because like I said, I've had this before. I got me another copy to go back in my collection because I sold my other copy, but it's okay. I'd have to watch it again to remember exactly what was going on because I done forgot. Another recent pickup that I got was Girls Night Out. That looks really cool. It kind of reminds you of, Freddy Krueger there with the blades. Kind of has that metallic kind of look to it when you gloss look to the claws. A killer mascot. Who would have thought? I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's kind of trippy. A lot of these movies, man, are just straight cheese. Some of them just low budget. But, that's what some of them, makes some of them good, is just when they're cheesy as crap. So you can't go into expecting a lot, Next one, another new release that just came out here recently, Hell High. This one's getting a lot of really good reviews. That cover right there, looks really cool. I chose this one over the other cover. I just thought I like this one better. The other one actually, I think, had the alternate title name for it on it. But, it's still the same movie. I'll have to watch that one here soon. Another really good one is the Mutilator. You know, good luck trying to find this one with a slip for a decent price. You know, it's another one of the older titles that, you know, when these slips go, they go, and then once they're out, you know, out of print, the slips just make the movie just go up so much more. I mean, you take a movie that you could get for like, you know, $15, $20, now all of a sudden, because it don't have this, you know, with the slip with it, now that 15 is said, you know, $15 movie is all of a sudden 60 or 70. And it's like, really? All for just a piece of cardboard, you know what I'm saying? But as us collectors, that's what we want. So I didn't pay that for this, but I mean, I have seen them on eBay for, you know, like 60, 65. I didn't, you know, I think I paid 35 or something. There again, I talked the seller down to it. So, all right, next up we have the One-Armed Boxer. I've seen this one. This one was pretty good. I thought it was really good. You know, dude loses his arm, and he winds up having to fight with one hand. And my slip's kind of messed up. I didn't actually realize that it was torn like that. From where I got when I ordered it on, I forget where I got it from, but I mean, I seen the pictures, but I just didn't really look at the back too well when I got it. Might have even got it off eBay for pretty cheap. Maybe that was why they were selling it cheap, was because it was kind of, I don't know. It looks pretty messed up. You know, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna. If it was another movie or something, I'd try to go back and get me another slipcover for it, but I ain't worried about that one too much. Next up, we have Shock, which is, I believe, Beyond the Door 2, I think. That's what it is. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I believe that's what it was. Beyond the Door 2. I heard this one's okay. It was done by Mario Bava. I still gotta watch it. All right, next up we have Two Witches. Yeah, I'm sorry for that glare, guys. It's plastic just making it. I haven't opened it yet, so the plastic's just making it all wrinkly looking and glary. But this movie I heard is really good. It was another surprise movie that came out by Arrow, a newer release. You know, it's been out for a few months, but if you want it, you know, they had it for like $20 at one point. Still with the slipcover, I'd say definitely try to get it now, because once that slip goes out, that movie's gonna probably go up. Next up, now we have the single editions, is Blood Rage. This one did have a slipcover with it, but I'm not paying like $50 just for the slipcover, so I'll just have to deal without it. You know, this is a Thanksgiving horror movie, which I failed to watch at Thanksgiving. I should have, but yeah, it's pretty good. Next up, we have Evil Ed. It's just a crazy movie right here, man. Dude's like a editor for this movie company or whatever, and just all kind of crazy stuff starts happening. He kind of goes crazy and all this mess from the movies. I don't know. It's just really crazy. I mean, if you've seen The Editor from Screen Factory, it's almost kind of the same principle. It's really good, though. Next up, we have Colobos. Yeah, I've heard this one's really good. Can't remember. I think I've watched it. I just can't remember. Yeah. Next up, we have Madhouse. Many people visit. Few ever leave the Madhouse. None of these have pictures on the back. I don't know. But yeah, 2K restoration. Most of them have a 2K or a 4K. Next up, we have Microwave Massacre. This movie's insane, guys. I mean, within the first like 2 minutes of the film, just the stuff you see, it's just cheesy, sleazy, and it's great. If you don't own a Microwave Massacre, you got to get this in your library. Stop this. Pause this right now and go get it. You can get this for less than $20. It's great. Next up is Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. This did come with, when this first came out, it was in the collector edition, like the big box, and I had it, and I wound up selling it when I sold all my movies. So instead of paying like the $40, $50, for it later, they issued a standard release, a standard release of it, just a single disc, or the single, what you're looking at right now. They released this for like 20 or so, so I just picked this back up. I would still like to have the big box, but I just don't want to pay $40 or $50 for it. And then my last Arrow title is The Stuff. This is great. This is a good movie. It's kind of like marshmallow. A ton of marshmallow fluff. It's great. But yeah, guys, that's, as you can see, I don't have very much. This is what it looks like when you sell your collection and then you regret it, and then you slowly have to buy everything else. And then you're buying everything else that's coming out and still trying to collect all the other stuff that you got rid of. So, this is what happens. You don't have very much of a certain thing unless you just made of money, which I'm not. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. This is like a little short video of my Arrow collection. There will be more videos coming. I just made a video for my Severin collection. If you like that, you can see all that down here, which you can go watch the video and, like, subscribe, give me a comment, suggest some movies for me that maybe from Severin or from Arrow or maybe from my future other videos. But until next time, guys, it's SPT Killerwood, and I'm out. Peace.